Epic Gen Con Haul. Timestamp. Devin Norris, friendly neighborhood board gamer. This Devin Talks Tabletop YouTube game on YouTube channel. What the game is made up, and then what I say doesn't matter. Epic Gen Con Haul. I got so many games at Gen Con. Mihal from Lucky Duck went to Pegasus and just picked this up for me really sweetly. He intuited correctly that I had the base game, and so now I have this one. And I've done pretty much all of the cases for the base game, so I'm excited to check out Full House because I kind of like this. I like puzzle games. I liked I Spy when I was younger. Dave Beck gave me a Distilled shirt. I love Dave to death. He's awesome. Paverson Games. Distilled did so good. So now I have a t-shirt. So, yeah, Dave Beck gave me a t-shirt. So I got a Distilled t-shirt. Me and Free League go back a ways, and they're all super chill. And so MÖRK was one that I didn't have, and so they let me take home a copy of MÖRK, which I just absolutely love their art, and their RPGs are like my favorite, so they're really sweet. They also had Crusader Kings, which I guess most of this video is for the length of time is just going to be me talking about Crusader Kings, which if you don't know it is a PC game which they've adapted to a board game here in cooperation or collaboration with Paradox Interactive. Crusader Kings is like if somebody said, well, I want to play Age of Empires, but I want to be able to assassinate the Pope at the same time that I marry my cousin, who just happens to be the queen of this other kingdom that I want to solidify my reign with. And then while you're doing that, you're also like orchestrating a hostile takeover of 3 other countries that will allow you to encircle this one country. And this one country you don't have any personal family ties to, but it's just this one like monarch that really kind of stiffed you socially at this royal dinner that was like across the European continent of like all of these different international leaders, and you really want to just stick it to them, and so you essentially create this trade embargo on that one nation that thankfully, because you've assassinated the Pope, you're not going to have any like religious reprisals for that. And then also because you married your cousin, you were able to kind of bully those other border nations into following along with your will. And then as soon as you do that, you kind of reach the point in which you're able to take back a back seat and relax. And then the 18 other legitimate heirs and illegitimate heirs that you've sired across the nation will kind of rise up, and each one of them will take control of their own nation. And from that, you'll be able to see that these other ones are really looking for your affection and attention as their parent. And so you're going to initiate this full like Hunger Games like trial with all of them, and they're going to use the resources they have at their disposal in their individual nations to essentially try to be the last nation standing. And so you're going to have this massive like civil war across all of like the European continent, and it's going to mostly be like an ego stroking for you as this one leader who's kind of masterminded it from the shadows. And I say shadows just because you're so close to death at this point that you're just doing all of this from your canopy bed, and that's pretty much Crusader Kings like to a T. So I've got the Counselors and Inventors expansion and the base game, and I'm interested to check it out. So that was all this. The main bulk of this was from Free League, who they're awesome. They make such good stuff. And then this was a nice little gift from Mihal that was a surprise. And then Too Many Cooks. I wasn't expecting this at all, but I played this with Kim Breebach from Two Good Games Publishing. I played the demo of this, or like a prototype of this, at Gamma, and they just surprisingly had some advanced review copies that came in, and I went over to check out one of their new games, Drift. I think it was Drift, yeah. And then he said that he had one of these available, so he was going to let me check this out for a review. So I think this is one that my family will find fun and enjoyable. And then there's some other stuff that I got besides this. I also got 3 different things beyond this. I got a collector's box that somebody bought and gifted me, which combines all of Chronicles of Crime. All 3 games fit into one box. So a subscriber, Aaron, he was really sweet. He also taught me Townsfolk Tussle, which was really appreciated. But he bought that just as a nice gift for me. from my own booth, curiously enough. I sold it to him at Lucky Duck, not realizing that he was going to give it to me later. And so now I have a spot for all 3 of those games, and I can get rid of those boxes. If you want Lucky Duck boxes, let me know. I have Chronicles of Crime, all 3 of those games, and I don't need those boxes anymore. But I know that some people like boxes. Otherwise, I'm just going to recycle them. And then another subscriber, James, right, he got me a set of Wyrmwood dice, which I really appreciated. Those are already in my, like, dice stuff. I need to, like, separate some of my dice sets away from others, because there's some that are, like, I consider a tier above them. And he bought me a Wyrmwood set, which is, like, really, really pretty. And then the last thing I have, which I should replace this, but my friend Jason, who has worked the booth with me for the last 2 conventions, him and his brother are from San Antonio, Texas, and I met up with them to play disc golf, and then also I worked the booth with Jason. And his wife makes the kind of like fancy decorated mugs and thermoses and stuff, and so he made a very wide, short coffee mug for me, the 2 of them did, and it has my logo on it, it has Devin Talks Tabletop on it. And so I need it here. I should have it in the studio. The issue is I like it enough that I've used it at my house several times. So it's currently just at my house, and I forgot to bring it. But it is going to be my mug on camera from now on. So I need to make sure that I remember to bring it. Anyways, Gen Con Hall, that's everything. I got so much stuff. I didn't buy anything, but that's all the stuff I got. Also, this is my new fidget toy that Alex gave me when I was at his house. So it's very weighty and feels very satisfying. Yep, crazy haul video. So much stuff. I also just hung out with a lot of people. I liked hanging out with people. That mattered to me more.